Magic Makers. I'm Mombirella.
I'm Yukita Cosplay.
And I'm CJ Peterson. Welcome to Magic Making Mischief. Today, our special person is Goldie Cosplay, and we'll get to him in just a quick second. Before we do, get your wands to the ready because we solemnly swear we're up to no good. And speaking of up to no good, we've got lots of things coming up in the next 2 weeks. We have a double header coming up next week, which we will talk about toward the end. And then we have our 1 hour pajama party on the 29th. Yay!
PC party!
We also have Piney Woods Comic Con coming up at the weekend before the pajama party. So literally in the next 2 weeks, we got so much going on. It's insane. So hold on to your horses. We'll talk about it toward the end. But before we get to that, Goldie Cosplay is here. Welcome, Goldie.
Yay.
How you guys doing?
We're happy to have you today. Before we start, we actually have Works Hard is already here. And she says patiently waiting and ready. Jeremy is here. Hello, everyone. Hello, Jeremy.
Hello.
Howdy, y'all.
Jeremy Vander, our wand maker extraordinaire.
Yes.
Our maker of wands. Yes. Our maker of wands and finder of, what was it? The
Goldfish, butterbeer goldfish.
butterbeer goldfish that we found at our last.
So delicious. Oh my goodness.
We're good.
Surprisingly good. We're
I
surprisingly
mean, you saw
good.
me harp them down.
Yes, they were good. And if you need to find them, you can go to my TikTok because we actually made a video on it. So you can find that on my TikTok and YouTube, actually. I think too. It's on there as well.
Yeah. That's on shorts. Yep.
Yep, it's on there. So you can go find it. So who brought Goldie in? Was that
That was Mumby.
It was me, but technically Yukita and I both had mentioned something about it at what was that, NerdCon?
Sure.
It was NerdCon that came up.
so? Mommy, go ahead and introduce.
Well, the first time I met Goldie was at, I think it actually was the first time I went to NerdCon, and it was in The Mandalorian, and I was just like, that is such an awesome cosplay. Can I get your picture? It looks so good. And then cross paths a couple more times, and the last time I was like, he's the Mandalorian, and I'm like, I wasn't sure. So I'm like, that is you, right? Okay, cool. Just making sure, because I'm just talking away, and I'm like, should probably double check because I have met a few.
Have a whole conversation with one Mandalorian thinking it's a whole other person. You're just like, do you not remember this conversation?
Would not be the first time, to be honest. I'm sure that has actually probably happened.
You never know. Jeremy did say that the butterbeer goldfish disappeared like magic.
Indubitably so.
Yes. But we've actually gotten to see a couple of your cosplays, but I have to admit that one was definitely the one that got my attention right there because I love the detail that you put into it. So actually, did we meet him at the same time, Yukita, or had you met him before?
I think we met at the same time.
Okay. That's what I was thinking. I wasn't sure though, because I was like, well, y'all had talked a little more in between at one point. So okay.
Well, when people buy your pictures, you do tend to talk to them a little bit.
I wouldn't know that.
Thank you for supporting.
But that makes sense.
Eat that day.
No more fruit roll-ups for lunch for you.
Beef jerky.
This is true. This is true. She's constantly telling me, don't cut down on the sugar.
You need protein.
Increase the protein.
Sustenance.
Okay. So was the Mandalorian cosplay, was that your first one you did?
Yes. It's still not finished actually. I think it was 6 years now into it, 5 or 6 years. Yeah, still not done. But that was the introduction to the cosplay world for me.
Now,
That's
you have
awesome.
cosplays too, don't you? There's a couple of them that are out.
Yes. So I'm starting to do more Marvel now. So no spoilers. There's going to be some more Marvel coming. I'll do video games. I do anime, and also some other OCs that are just how do I put it different?
I know that one time you showed up as, I believe, Scorpion or Raiden, one of them.
It was Scorpion. So
Thank
I
you, the
remember
guy,
I
the yellow guy.
faced, yes,
Yep.
the yellow crayon guy. Yes, the
Yes,
get
yellow
over
crayon.
here guy. Yes, the get over here. Yes. Ironically, that one gets the most kick out of anybody. Like I walk around in cons and my Mando or other cosplays and nothing much, but everybody knows Scorpion. I have adults, I have kids, I have older people that from across the room I can hear "Get over here," and it's super fun that such a violent video game gets that much love from people. So that's a good or bad thing.
Right.
Well, I think back whenever it was first out, we couldn't really tell exactly how violent it was, and so like we all played it a lot because it was very popular. And then as the technology progressed,
Yeah,
it
once they got
became more
3D, it
obvious
got
how violent it was, and it's like, wait,
well,
what?
Finish him.
it got more graphic. I guess
Fatality.
as soon as the 3D started coming around. I know for the longest, if you played it on Super Nintendo, Nintendo did censor it. So
Nice.
where you did when you punch a guy, it's sweat instead of blood. Now, if you had a
Yeah.
Sega Genesis, it was still blood, and obviously people got a kick out of that. If it wasn't Mortal Kombat, to this day we would have rated E, T, M, and all that good stuff. So thank you for Ed Boon and the creators of Mortal Kombat to bring these characters to life, and they're still going on strong. I still want to do the new MK1 Scorpion, so that's on the to-do list. So yeah.
Nice.
Well, for those who are watching, this is the one we're talking about.
Yeah, the yellow guy.
And Jeremy
I
says
believe
the movie did it.
that's true, right?
Oh yeah,
Dude,
yeah. Ooh. Mhm.
that and the kick butt theme song, honestly.
The theme song, yeah.
You know?
The techno gets me every time. Trust me, the techno is what gets it from me. I still listen to techno on the regular, just for funsies, but still.
I think that was like an intro to techno for a lot of people too.
It was
If you
that and
weren't into
Sandstorm. I'm dating
I
myself
was
a little
about to
bit. That was late.
say
That was
yes.
late '90s. Yeah, fun times.
Sandstorm. Sandstorm by Darude. Yes, that
Yes.
was. That's it.
There
Now
you
this
go.
And
Mandalorian.
this is the Mando. Yes, this was in Galveston. Let's say 2 years
Nice
ago. I did a little editing to it, obviously, but it was scary getting up there because you don't see it, but all the waves are crashing. My back's getting wet. It's slippery, algae.
Oh,
But as the kids say, you got to risk it for the biscuit, right? Get the content.
That part.
Our work starts
that's a
says
great
cool. There was some good shots in there. When I was pulling some pictures for your ad, I was trying to go through them and pull some out of there, and there were some really good ones in there.
Yeah, they're free on Instagram. So anybody go out there, take a look at them, get inspiration to build their own Mandalorian or get own ideas to make cosplay or make content. It's all there for it. It's not just for myself. I put it out there to inspire other people that want to get into costuming, whether it's Star Wars, comic books, anime, video games, fantasy world, whatever you want to do. I always say go for it and get rid of the shyness and just own it. Whatever cosplay you're in, it's gonna be a learning curve. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be perfect overnight, but you will get better at it. You will gain the confidence of it, and then you meet awesome people like you guys. And if it wasn't for me being in a costume, this wouldn't have happened right now. So I'm grateful for that.
There you go.
Well, we were talking before the show about cosplay etiquette. Would you like to talk a little bit more about that?
Okay, so for people who are in, whether it's online, it's more online, and then also in person. Whether it's a male or female or whatever they're cosplaying, it's always a good thing to have etiquette when it comes to cosplaying. Whether you are in character, whether you're out of character, it's as simple as hey, maybe tap somebody on the shoulder. Hey, I like your cosplay. Can I take a photo with you? If it's on social media, go ahead, ask if you can do a duet with them in a proper way. Because at the end of the day, we're all human behind these costumes. We're not that character that we are on the screen or on in the convention itself. So it's always have the etiquette and have the proper ways of asking someone, hey, I really like your cosplay. Hey, I think this and that, rather than just charging at somebody full speed or trying to be inappropriate about it. So cosplay etiquette is something that I really have fun. And then also when you're cosplaying yourself, pack some patience with you because stuff is going to break. Props are going to break. Makeup's going to run. Because it happens to me all the time. So just pack some patience with the when you go to conventions, or even when you do convention cosplay at home. That's always a plus. Just, but it's super fun at the end. Like I said, you meet awesome people, and you can't beat that. Can the memories you can't forget.
And a lot of times people actually have things with them. Sometimes there's like a cosplay hospital. Sometimes you can find other cosplayers, say, hey, do you have something to help me with this at tour? Or
So the smaller ones don't have, as far as I know, the smaller ones conventions don't have it, but the big ones do. But I always tell you, bring Velcro, bring, even if you can leave it on the car, just hey, go to the car and come back, bring some tape, duct tape, glue, whatever you got. Just quick fix it later when you get home. That way it won't ruin your good time.
And sometimes you've got the cosplay moms that are there that have the little fix kit that they keep with them.
Gotta
You
love
can
'em.
find one of those. That's handy.
I mean, cosplay auntie too, because I'm that one with the cosplay repair kit, and
Yeah,
I
shout
keep it
out to
with
all the
me at
cosplay
every
mamas,
con.
cosplay aunties. Thank y'all so much. You guys come through in the clutch all the time. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, and like, oh my gosh, last at Pop Culture Con, Shelby.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
My wheels broke and the screw fell off. And I know it sounds weird, but she had a screw and I was able to fix my wheels. Otherwise, I was stuck.
Sounds like her. She's always prepared.
So a lot of times you can find some of the vendors.
You never know.
You never know. It doesn't hurt to ask. Jeremy, if you're with any other groups.
Oh yeah, because there are like Star Wars groups and stuff too. So.
And that's the beauty of the cosplay community. We have each other's back.
Yeah. Do you have one of the Star Wars groups you're part of?
Are you part of the 501st?
Okay,
or the Mandalorian Mercs?
That's not the right group.
That's been in the process for as long as I had the cosplay. So it's been a rough ride with them, honestly, because they do want everything sort of their way or the highway kind of thing. Very specific. So without speaking negativity on them, they're the armor parties, the times I've actually been with them, they have been such great people. They have been have my back no matter what. They also have awesome handlers when we go to conventions. I've done a couple of conventions with them here in the Houston area, where they're bigger cosplays. I mean, cons where they're not smaller ones, and they always have each other's back. Like I said, if hey, something rips, something need help suiting up, they got my back. So I have nothing negative to say about them. They've been awesome to me. The Arcade Clan here in Houston and the Southeast area of Texas, they have been great to me. Very helpful. They always have some kind of way to help you out. Hey, try this, or hey, try this, or use this material. Don't use that material. So it's also not just in the cosplay community, but it's also just a character development thing where you can lean on somebody else to help you out, whether it's Star Wars and just material wise and stuff like that. So it's been a ride. It's been a ride.
So I've actually considered the Mandalorian cosplay kind of thing because they have the female versions. How do you make the armor? What do you use for that? Is that all foam or is that a mix?
So there's two ways you can do it. If you want to go for the Mandalorian Mercs approval, then you have to use Sintra or 3D print. If you want just for funsies, just for you to go on conventions, stuff like that, you can use EVA foam. You can use cardboard. It just depends on your budget. Depends on what you want to go with. You can go online, design it, and then depends on which direction you want to go with. If you want to be more of a serious, weathered, beat up kind of character, you can go for the Mandalorian Merc style, or you can have fun with it. I've seen people do Disney ones. I've seen people do anime ones. I've seen people do Marvel collaborations with Mandalorians. I've seen Hello Kitty, Spider Man, you name it, they're out there. Now the material that I use myself is Sintra. The only thing that is not Sintra on my kit is the bucket and the gauntlets. Everything else is basically Sintra, which is a hard plastic. You can buy it online. You can buy it at most hardware stores. I wouldn't say it's super cheap, but it's inexpensive where you can buy a couple of sheets just to get you started. And building it from there, it just depends on what style, what the sizing, colors, and all that fun stuff. That's the beauty of doing Amanda, where it doesn't have to be white like a Stormtrooper or black like a Darth Vader. You can do whatever color you want at your own style. So that's the beauty I love about the Mandalorian culture.
Another thing we were talking about before the show was how sometimes some of the cosplays are a little unforgiving for us larger folks.
Okay. Go ahead. Continue.
We were talking about addressing those.
Okay, so when it comes down to cosplay, my golden rule is cosplay is for everybody. Doesn't matter what you are, what your skin tone is, what your background is. Because when you go to a convention, you see somebody on a cosplay, you don't know that person. That person could be an engineer, they could be a trash picker up, or they can be anything that you think of. So when it comes to back to your question about body types, I would say just own it. I've seen, at least in the Star Wars, I've seen stormtroopers, I've seen Jedi, I've seen Mandos, I've seen alien creatures, I've seen everything under the sun for smaller people and bigger set people. And it's again, it's more of build a community with somebody, get to know people that can help you out, build your cosplay, someone who's been there and broke stuff or built stuff, and then just go with the flow and then help build a relationship there, whether it's online or in person. But as long as you have the body confidence or you have just the confidence in yourself to go out there and rock it, trust me, I was nervous the first time going out in public in a cosplay, and that's without me showing my face. So I can understand where it's a little nerve wracking, but you got this. You got to own it.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Works Hard says yes, own it. And Marissa says hi.
Hi, Marissa.
Well, snap. I do have one question.
Go for it.
So, I guess in regards to like the making of the armor, it probably has to be more the plastic style. I would make mine out of EVA foam personally, just because one, I'm a novice. Two, it's easier to find.
Mm-hmm.
But like I guess in order to get into certain rankings, such as the Mandalorian Mercs, you'd probably need to step up that game a little bit.
Okay, so three things when it comes to Mando cosplaying. Again, if you want to do that EVA phone for funsies, go for it. Drawbacks with that, if you're doing outdoor events, it will get hot. No matter if you sew it on or if you glue it, it will fall off your body eventually. That is the worst part about it. The
Ew.
good thing is it's you can heat it up and you can make it any shape or form you want. Now, I would recommend the Sintra only because you can order off on Amazon. You can order big white sheets on Amazon and just go for it. My biggest advice when it comes to making Mando armor, whether it's your male, female, bigger set person, smaller set person, make it out of cardboard first. Get a good layout of it before you start wasting the material of the Sintra. So you're gonna need the Sintra, heat gun, lots of sharp objects for you to cut it out, and then your flight suit. With Mando cosplays, you can go as cheap as you want, which is more just the armor, or you can go as basic as you want. I've seen people with electric jetpacks, blasters, dark sabers, belts, holocron setup. So you can go as fancy as you want, or you can make it more as bare bones as you want. So that's the beauty of it.
Did you just say it would melt off?
Yeah.
So yes, if you're doing, especially here in Houston or here in Texas in general, if for example you just Velcro it or you glue it to a specific like a T-shirt or a body part of yours, it will come off. Like it'll fall off and it'll shrink because it is heat activated at the end of the day. So it will fall off of your body or it will shrink or sometimes it has melted off. It's basically like a paper plate where if you put it in the microwave, it will eventually burn.
Oh, that's not good.
Paper plates
So
tend to melt. Yep.
again, if it's for funsies, you want to do it in your house, do a couple TikTok videos, go for it. But I would not recommend doing an 8-10 hour
We're
trip
learning.
outside.
We're
That's
learning.
what we're here for. We're learning, Jeremy.
Jeremy says, yeah, AVA
Look.
in the heat. I don't feel that a costume that would melt in the heat would be a good one to wear. No.
No, it's like I said, it's not. Again, it depends on what you want to go for. If you want to be outdoors, while and about, then I would recommend the Central. You're gonna get hot on it regardless. There's nothing you can do about that, unfortunately. You can hook up fans all up and down your body, but you're still gonna get hot. So at the end of the day, it's also back to cosplay etiquette. Make sure you hydrate before and eat. We joke about energy drinks and coffee and soda and all that fun stuff, but make sure you eat something. Make sure that you drink water as you go. Bring a water with you. Most places that you go nowadays have a free refillable station where you can go refill your water bottle because you don't need to be passing out in your cosplay.
No.
Hydrate before you dehydrate.
For real. Jeremy says that's what we're here for and works hard says foam and costumes 101.
That part.
For real. Yeah, my author brain just went to costumes melting.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what that would look like?
Houston
Like
area heat so nice.
it's giving like a Salvador Dali clock melting as a cosplay.
It's-
Again, if
Actually,
you're
that
gonna
would be
go to an
very
event,
intriguing.
yeah, if you're gonna go to an event where there's
Oh,
AC, it's inside, you're totally fine. If you're gonna be outdoors, like I've seen people at Rent Fair, I've seen people at certain
Oh my
outdoor events,
gosh.
car shows, stuff like that. Yeah, that's not a good mixture.
It's the stormtroopers in kilts for me.
I'm just wondering how you do it. Honestly, it does. It gets so hot out here.
I'm
I've
surprised.
seen
you-
stormtroopers and kilts were at the Red Fair, and I
Yeah,
got
they're at the
Yeah.
Renaissance Fair because they're from a
wearing
galaxy
foam.
far, far away.
Are they wearing foam?
I don't know.
They,
I've
it's a
just seen
different
them walk by.
it's a different style of plastic. It's a sort of plexiglass kind of style. That's why it's all shiny.
I hope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's either that or 3D
So
printed.
no,
It's,
it's not
it's
fun.
plastic. It's most likely it's plastic.
I hope. I really, really
Could
hope.
you imagine just seeing a stormtrooper, just one of their shoulder
Dark
pads just
Noodles?
slide off from melting?
I
Yeah,
have
it's
seen
kind
them
of like when
pop
you.
off, but never like slide off from melting.
Just
Yeah,
Anyways,
no.
or like the whatever
I'm
kid loose.
now
But
imagining the Wicked Witch of the East melting. I'm melting.
oh, poor
Well,
Elphaba.
he's
It's gonna be
had
like
a
a
house
popsicle
land on her.
melting.
My goodness.
They just had all the
Yeah.
luck.
What made you start want to like cosplaying Mandalorian stuff? Like, what inspired you to do that?
Okay, so I'm dating myself a little bit. I wasn't alive for the original trilogy, like Empire Strikes Back and all that fun stuff. I was born in the late '90s, so by the time I saw Star Wars, it was Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, the Clone Wars TV show, which is not a kid show. Just putting that out there. Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the movie, the show. I remember going to McDonald's as a kid, getting the toys, coming home and watching the episodes every Friday. Um, so I got into Star Wars with that series, with the shows, with the TV, and everything like that. Um, so my all-time favorite Star Wars character is Boba Fett, because to me he is a really serious bounty hunter who has to take down space wizards with Jedi swords, Sith, and a bunch of everything else in the criminal sun with just a blaster, a jetpack, and armor.
Yep.
So, so I thought he was super cool. And then I read the backstory. Then Episode 1 came out, and then Episode 2 with the Attack of the Clones, and we found out that he's the father of all the clones, which made him 10 times cooler in my opinion. Um, so looking at Django, looking at Boba Fett, and now with Din Djarin, the Mandalorian, I was like, it just made too much sense. I'm like, let me go ahead and make a Mandalorian cosplay and make it my own, so it's different than everybody else. I'm pretty sure there's somebody out there with the same color scheme as me, but yeah, I started going into it, learning about cosplay, and then not also cosplay, but just the Mandalorian culture itself, its own language, its own beliefs, its own religion. Um, and I found such beauty in it, and I fell in love with it.
Very nice.
So, do you have any advice for somebody who wants to get into cosplay who's a little skittish?
Um, so I'm gonna be an adult about this. A couple years ago, I would say go for it, but right now, my 2 cents would be get a budget. We're all adults. We all have bills to pay. So I'm sorry to be a Debbie Downer right now, but have a budget. Be crafty about it. Um, I feel like it's a little bit better and easier if you make it yourself compared to just buying it off the shelf. Nothing against people who buy it off the shelf, but in my opinion, it's more unique to you. Start off small. Start off small. Use cardboard. Use whatever you have around you before you invest big time into a 3D printer or any heavy materials. Because if you don't know what you're doing specifically, you're just gonna waste all that, and you're gonna waste your money and waste your time. Don't be afraid to reach out for help from everybody else, whether it's going to a convention itself, seeing a cosplayer. Hey, you, what do you do? Can I get your info? 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes. I'll DM me, talk to me. I'll send you references, whatever you need to do. YouTube videos that I saw that showed me when I first started, and just ask questions. That's what I did when I first started. When I first downloaded the TikTok app, I asked questions left and right. Hey, what did you use? Hey, what template? What color scheme and all that fun stuff. So it's going to be a learning curve, but again, it's once you're in, you're going to be so happy with it.
Very cool. And do you have anything you'd like to add?
So first of all, I appreciate you for giving me on the show, and I never thought I was ever going to be on a show or a podcast or anything like this. I'm truly grateful for all three of y'all combined. If it wasn't for cosplaying, I would have bumped into you guys in the first place. Um, so when I tell people back to starting cosplay, don't be afraid to start doing the smaller shows, the free events, the local events, the libraries, the car shows, the charity events, the Toys for Tots, stuff like that, because that's how you're going to get started in this cosplay community. If you go to the big name brand convention right off the bat, you're going to get nervous because there's going to be a lot of people, there's going to be a lot of foot traffic. Um, so it's also the thing where you build a community with somebody. Don't be afraid to reach out to people, like I said, and just start a bond with people. And that's the beauty of cosplay. You can meet with someone who's in a different state, a different area, a different part of the world, and just you communicate or you connect because of a certain genre or a certain cosplay. And that's why I say cosplay is for everybody. It doesn't matter what genre you're doing it. Doesn't matter your body type. Doesn't matter your background. Doesn't matter your budget. Doesn't matter any of that stuff. At the end of the day, we're all here to have fun. We're all big nerds, and that's why I love it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us today, Goldie. To learn more about him, he is on TikTok as well as on Instagram with the same handle, I_AM_Goldie. That's I_AM_GOLDIE. So you can go ahead and find him over there on TikTok as well as on Instagram. For the next few weeks, we're going to be busy. On the 21st of April, we're going to have Les Gardner for a 15-minute special. He's an artist. We're going to be talking about his new thing he's got coming out. On the 22nd, we're going to have Halloween Man, Drew Edwards, for our regularly scheduled program. Then we're going to have Piney Woods Comic-Con that weekend. The 26th, 25th, 26th?
Yes.
25th,
26th. We'll all be there the 26th, and then it's also the 27th as well. Yes.
Okay, so we'll all
I shall be there the 26th. Yes.
I will be there the 27th. And then on the 29th, we will have our 1 hour pajama party. If you think half an hour is chaos, imagine what's going to happen for a whole entire hour.
Chaos.
So
We are chaos mongers.
Yeah.
it's going to be fun.
Oh yeah.
So if you're going to Piney Woods, make sure to try to find us, because I know that I am bringing that extra special something. I know that Mombi's bringing that extra special something. Nikita may or may not have hers. We shall see.
Nikita has a full-time job, so hold on.
We will explain to you exactly what it is on the 29th, so make sure to tune in for that. But make sure to tune in on Monday for a 15-minute special, Tuesday for a half an hour. Make sure to come in if you're in the area to Lufkin, Texas for Piney Woods Comic-Con that weekend. And then tune in on the 29th for the hour. Make sure to check out Goldie Cosplay with his handle I_am_Goldie on TikTok as well as Instagram. We've got Jeremy says part of the ride, says awesome guests, works hard, says extra special. Make sure we got them all in there. Okay, so Mommy, take us out.
All right, guys, if y'all haven't had a chance to yet, make sure to smash that like and share this out with your friends and family, loved ones, people who are cool, and people who are thinking about cosplay. Share this out. It's awesome. Also, make sure to follow CJ Peterson on TikTok, as well as, the other
YouTube.
Brand. I was going to say all the things,
and
YouTube,
Instagram.
and Instagram.
YouTube.
We've got all the things, but we all have like our focus right now. Hers is really TikTok, and she's actually doing really like a lot of the shorts on there, so that's awesome. I have not gotten back to that yet. Since we have it back, it's nice.
I'll do reels.
Yeah. So CJ Peterson or author is CJ Peterson on Instagram. And then Mommy Rella, of course, I've got me YouTube and stuff.
Right.
But which side is which? You can cosplay on Instagram and follow them geeks. Follow them geeks coming on YouTube. That
All of them geeks.
She's trying. She's trying.
It's there. It's there.
And last
All
but
the
not
things.
least, follow Goldie on Instagram and TikTok. I am Goldie. I_am_Goldie.
And of course, Magic Making Mischief on Facebook. So love you guys. Till next time. Oh, also, by the way, happy Easter, because we won't see y'all till after. So
Woo! Happy Resurrection Day. Okay.
woohoo! All right, and till next time, guys, mischief managed. Bye.